System Shock publisher defends using AI to create artwork of the game's AI villain. The artwork was supposedly meant to start a conversation on AI. Oh, well, I mean, I'm sure, you know, Prime Matter has defended its decision to use AI software for an illustration of Shodan, the rogue AI villain of the publisher's upcoming System Shock remake. Last week, Prime Matter's social media account for System Shock shared artwork of Shodan given human form via a caption reading, "Imagine how would my immortal body look like? Designed by an immortal machine for an immortal machine." As detailed by Prime Matter, the artwork was created using Midjourney AI software, but the irony of the System Shock publisher using AI to create artwork for a murderous AI was not lost on fans of the game. Quote, "I don't know if anyone told you guys, but the game is about evil AI," wrote one Twitter user. While a number of other replies have stated they will be canceling pre-orders of the game due to the use of AI. The use of AI in the world of art is controversial as AI software scrapes other artwork from the internet to generate images, with critics describing the process as plagiarism. On Monday, Prime Matter defended its use of Midjourney to create the artwork of Shodan and claimed it was an attempt at starting the conversation around AI. Yeah, nice pivot there. This was never about using AI to create artwork instead of using real people. This was about using AI to imagine what AI imagines itself to look like, argued the company. We will use AI again to create other pieces, including artwork. We may well use AI in other areas too. This will never be at the expense of using skilled people or their creative talents. However, System Shock fans remain unconvinced by Prime Matter's argument. Debates surrounding the ethics of AI are currently taking place across the wider entertainment industry, while the likes of Liam Gallagher and Grimes have shared approval for AI-created music. Nick Cave recently described its use as grotesque mockery of what it is to be human. Likewise, an AI version of Kurt Cobain singing a whole celebrity skin received a mixed reception from listeners. As for System Shock, Nightdive's remake is set to release later this month following a series of delays. Look, here's the thing, dude, and I'm going to stand by this. First of all, if you're wanting to, I guess no news is bad news, right? They've got this game coming out, and maybe this was just a ploy to get some more publicity for their title and stuff. But at the same time, if you were really wanting to just start a conversation about AI, state that. Even if you wanted to just generate the image using AI and then, put some kind of caption on it, be like, "Let's discuss AI artwork use and in entertainment today," or something like that. They didn't do that though, So they kind of came up with a scapegoat answer, it seems like, where it was like, "Oh, well, we just wanted to, start a conversation about AI." Here's the deal, man. That is why it's a very controversial matter, is because that is what AI does, right? Yeah, fair. That's what AI does, right? It takes things that humans have done, and then it utilizes those things. Like if you're talking art specifically, just like this article pointed out, it'll take artwork that it'll scour the internet for specific images related to what you put into an engine for what you're trying to get that engine to spit out to you, right? If you want, like, I don't know, Superman with I don't know, Joker hair and clown shoes or something, then it's gonna, it scours the internet for like images that people have done of Superman, and then images that people have done of, like, the Joker and of clown shoes and stuff, and then it takes all those and it takes these custom pieces of work that people have actually done. It's their own work. It scours the internet. It takes those and then it puts them in and blends them together and pushes out a piece of artwork that looks unique, when actually what it is a mashup of people's own work. I've said this for a while. When it comes to the gaming industry, I can see where AI can be very, very useful, but it's not a replacement for the human aspect of game design and game development. If you want to use AI, I understand it, right? But first and foremost, you have to have the creative side of humans being in there and creating the original assets for the game in the first place, whether it be the artwork or what have you, right? So if you want to take an AI engine and have it create additional things in the game, it should be creating things in the game based off of original assets that were created for that game in the first place, not creating things just willy-nilly that are just out there all over the place, right? I think that's where there has to be like this dividing line between what's being done and so, because I mean, dude, we've seen it. It's happening more. We saw it happened with High on Life used AI generated art in their game. It's happening more and more, right? So, and I can see its applications. You talk about games like Starfield, for example, that's supposed to be massive, a massive universe with all these different planets, which means you're talking all different kinds of life forms and minerals and substances and I mean things. I mean just all over the place. I mean as much as you can imagine, possibly, right? So what you're talking about is like, I guess what I'm trying to get across is getting people into the development process that come up with a huge, massive, original table of assets for what these planets could entail, life forms, you know what I mean? I mean, you name it, all substances and all kinds of matter or whatever. And you get these set up in these tables, and then, if you can incorporate AI after that fact to utilize all those assets that have been originally created for that game and uniquely created for that game, to procedurally and generate more unique stuff by meshing some of those assets, and procedurally generating worlds out of new things, as the AI moves forward, then I don't see as big of a deal with it. But when you're totally removing the human uniqueness out of it, and you're just building off of things that people have done in the past, and it's not unique to the game that you're making currently, that is an issue. At least that's kind of the way I see it right now, right? I don't think there's anybody that's really going to debate the fact that AI in many forms and fashions is going to significantly make game development a more efficient thing moving forward. But you can't just take the human element out of it either. That's not going to work. And people are seeing through it, right? People are seeing through it right now. I mean, it's in the early stages too. So as AI moves forward, it'll get tougher and tougher and tougher because it'll get better and better. And VI referring to what? What's your acronym there? I'm not familiar. Or at least I'm just not recognizing it. Virtual intelligence. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's not really AI. I agree. I mean it's not like a sentient thing. You know what I mean? That's what I've always looked at AI as, is more of a sentient um technological innovation that we would, build. Um I mean, to an extent it's like, yeah, yeah. I mean, it is more of like a virtual intelligence where it's like you can prompt it for things and it will react and output for you. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. It's not completely artificial intelligence at this point. I would agree with that. But for the sake of for the sake of not confusing people and just staying. So I mean, yeah, I would totally agree with you, dude. I would totally agree with you. But this is what everybody's referring to it as, and it's a very good point to bring up, though. That's a very good point to bring up. I don't think you're wrong, and I should probably be bringing that up more often. Also, it's a very good point. So yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Now, getting to the actual state of, tried and true AI, what you and I view AI to be, Ferret, is a much scarier thing. Also, yeah. Oh, really? Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, yeah. AI, like true AI, is a scary thing to me, because ultimately, true AI is something that's going to be built by humans, and humans are flawed, and there will be errors in it, and I think those errors will lead to very, very bad things for us, as we've seen throughout like entertainment that has produced, what the potential of AI is in so many different aspects. That might be part of what scares me about it too. But well, that's a discussion for another time. But I mean, look, I mean, the I think that they wanting to pivot here and go, oh, we were just trying to create a conversation. If that's what you were really trying to get done, then you should have just said so in the first place. It's not a good look, right? When there's so much controversy going on right now about this kind of thing, to just push this out without, if that was your main kind of ploy there, and without stating it, that's what makes me feel like it probably wasn't. They just they came up with some kind of excuse on the back end after they started getting criticized for it. But I do think that people need to take a look at where AI, fits into the development process of gaming, where it is something that is viable, and it is something that helps out to be a more efficient process for developers, and where it's actually something that is ethically not a good thing. It's an important discussion right now. It really is.